Hey Wolfie, you got me on ignore in chat. Can you take me out of the block list, please?
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Ignore.
Yeah, I'm on block under Downriver Transparency. I can't type.
Are you serious? Shit,
Yeah, you
man.
never.
Who's doing this, man? I didn't do that.
Well, it was from a long time ago. You know, everybody
Well, yeah,
said.
that's right. I didn't. You're right. Maybe I
Yeah,
didn't. Let me see. I thought
everybody.
I fixed all that shit, but that was on Wolverine Transparency. So
Right, and
yeah.
everybody said, "Oh, you're Wolfie's main squeeze and all this bullshit." And I'm
Oh
like,
my
"No."
God! Don't go back like that.
And I'm like, "Dude, he blocked me everywhere. What are y'all talking about?" Anyway, I'm gonna hop down. I just wanted to ask
Where
you
you
to take me
going?
out of the pit.
I gotta
You
take
just
her out
got
of the
here.
pit. Let's
Yeah,
see.
but
You can
I
stay
just
up. You're good.
Yeah, you can stay up.
I just had a few things I needed to get done.
Well, we can do it in a minute.
Boom, 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 boom.
Or put it on mute and go do your things and come right back.
Let's see if I got to get this right here. Let's see. Bam, bam, bam.
So while you're
See
dealing with that, hey, Pops, did you see where George Soros says we should actively fight in the Ukraine to do whatever it takes to fight against Putin?
I don't see her. Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, it's under Amanda Erickson.
Oh, I got it on the wrong channel. Fuck. This is stupid. Please don't do this to me. Bam, boom. God, I'm picking all this off. The only thing is they're on here that's in Wolverines is sock accounts. Let's see. Come on up. This shit's acting slow. All right. I don't see you in here. Oh my God, David's got 100 of his fucking. There you are. All right. Bam, you're taken care of.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Both of them. You got 2 of them. So.
I only have one name. It's Amanda Erickson.
Well, there's 2 of them that somebody had come in with a stock account with you.
Yeah, one of them's a sock account, and I don't know who made it, obviously.
All right. All is well. The truth. What's truth? I'm unblocking you since I've seen you around. Why is Gorf blocked? Gorf didn't do anything. Pink Taco, I unblocked all these guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm in another channel. I keep reminding myself. All right. Who else we got down here? Insane Wayne. Welcome, everybody.
What's going on, brother?
What? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Why, baby?
I'm just here chilling with you, bro.
Oh, no, I was talking about my wife's talking to me, dude.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man.
Harris Hebrew. Okay. All right.
How's my audio?
So what's going on, Asmar? What you got? You get any what was you talking about before you left over there? Because I was busy firing up the engine over here.
There we go. Let's see.
So around here, Wolverine.
What's going on? Everybody's quiet. You guys hear me?
I got you a lot of clear, Pops.
Okay.
Wolfie, I hate to break the bad news to you, but I'm still blocked in chat.
Well, I unblocked both names.
Yeah, you got to do it on Downriver Transparency.
I did.
I promise you,
I'm
dude.
looking at it right here. Downriver Transparency.
You
Why
might have to go out of your YouTube and come back in and see if it'll-
Why do you care if you're blocked out of chat though? You're in here. You could talk.
Yeah, but she wants to chat, man.
Yeah, I can't stay up here because my phone gets hot and
I got you.
it does wacko things. So
I got you.
Oh man, let me look at this again, man.
When? You were supposed to meet me at the nail salon. Reimbursement?
I don't see it. I don't see it. Hold up a second, man. Let me go deep into this.
Sorry, guys, I'm doing something real quick. On the go.
Bam, 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 bam. No, you're unblocked, man. You're probably gonna have to come out, come back in. Literally,
okay, I'll try.
go all the way out and come back in. Serious, you're not on here. I mean,
Okay,
these are all sock accounts in here. I'm looking every name under Downriver Transparency.
Okay, yeah, I'll try it. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay.
That's weird. I will never use a little stupid app like that.
What's that?
Oh, my buddy's on this thing called Meet Me, and he's like, download Meet Me and get on here and hang out with me in my chat or whatever. And I'm like, no, dude, I don't do plenty of fish and shit like that.
There you go. There she is. Cool. I knew that sometimes we got to remember that, when people are blocked or accidentally. Sometimes people are casualties of war. They accidentally get sliced. Yeah, you gotta come out. You gotta literally clear your cookies and then come back in. Asmar, what you doing over there? You had a conversation going. I believe you and Pops had a conversation going about what was going on over there in Ukraine or something to that effect. What was you talking about, Pops? You can pick up where you left off at over there. This is an open panel, bro.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the point of when you look at the big picture. I looked at different angles, and I was looking at, well, maybe Putin's in there. He's taking out all these pedophilia rings. Maybe he's in there. He wants the oil. Maybe he's in there doing something else. And why did Putin go in there? He had no reason to go in there. A couple of months ago, then they're bringing up, they're saying some of the towns that are near the Russian border in Ukraine, the Ukrainian people have been massacring them, which is, I find, bullshit.
Yeah.
That would have been brought up right away to the United Nations bullshit. And it's all planned. That's what I've come to the conclusion, that this is the New World Order. I seen a video. What really convinced me is when I seen a video with Charles Schwab. And he talked about how Putin was one of his his world leaders that he loved. And he brought up Trudeau and how he has over 50% of Trudeau's cabinet bought. Argentina, the same thing. He said, I have their cabinet bought. France's cabinet bought. So they're basically, they have to do these things to get the New World Order going. I mean, they're going to start a few wars, scare people, crush the economies of countries, food shortages, supply line. I mean, all this is going to be relevant. And it's basically to get the New World Order. I mean, he's part of the game. Even, look, I voted for Trump. Trump's part of the New World Order. There's no in between. We got to stop making excuses for him. The man gets on. the man's there doing speeches. He stopped doing it. If you realized, he used to make the 3 6s all the time. Okay, look, high level Masons are all satanic. He was doing this. This is 3 6s. There's no reason.
I've seen him do it.
There's no reason for presidents to be doing this stuff. There's no
Yeah.
reason for a president to be making devil horns. They're symbols. They're obsessed with symbols. They're showing off to each other. Okay, this is good guy, bad guy. They're all in it. They, you know, one guy's playing the good guys, the other guys are playing the bad guys. Like even Senator Cruz, you know, I used to say, oh, at least somebody's speaking up a little bit. You know, he's a Mason. I got pictures of him with his hands doing the Mason sign. They're all Masons. You know, look, the United Nations is a crock of shit because here's the deal. If it was real, let's say the world was really righteous and Putin really went into Ukraine, the United Nations, all those countries would have their navies, okay, at the border of Russian waters, ready to go. If you see, if Putin's seen thousands and thousands of ships from all these different countries ready to go at him, you think he'd be doing what he's doing? No. Everybody's backing off.
Where'd you go, Insane Wayne?
Scared of Russia. Okay, everybody's making believe, oh, we're scared. They got nukes. Look, he don't want to have his whole country destroyed. Okay, so if the United Nations was real, you would have every country in the United Nations right now with their navies right on the border of Russia, saying, okay, let's do this and see how fast Russia would back down. It's not true because the United Nations is an evil organization. That's Satan's playground, and they're all in on it. This is all. These guys are like, I swear to God, they should win Academy Awards.
Bush,
professional actors.
I remember Bush Senior's speech when he was talking about the New World, like how they wanted to bring in the New World Order and all that, and that's exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan.
Yeah, I follow that shit pretty close too. I mean, don't get me wrong, I kind of backed off after a while because I kind of started going a little bit crazy, but I follow a lot of it.
You know why it'll make you crazy? Because you're powerless. We all are. I mean, the world is acting so strange, and it's far outside the reach of man right now. The only thing I keep telling people, there's only one way out of this, and that's the Almighty. The Almighty has to come down. Yeah, there's no choice here. These people are playing for real. You're going to see, and look, the world has changed from last month to this month. We're at war now, right? Give it another month and see how much more stuff is going to escalate.
I agree.
Things are escalating. Nothing is going back. It's going forward. Their plan is moving forward. They keep pushing and pushing, and they're winning. There's no resistance from anybody. You know, I watch YouTube. 90% of the shows are talking about bullshit. They're talking about, human relationships with men and women. Oh, my wife. You know what, buddy? You ain't going to have a planet to live on soon. You're going to be in a slave camp.
That's so funny that you say that. I was just like in a different community I'm part of. These people were bitching. This dude was bitching about he went and when they painted his cars, they fucked up on the front bumper and didn't paint it right. So it's chipping all the shit. I said, you're worried about that right now? Look at what we fucking have going on. I mean, I'm not even talking about the war. I'm talking about in America, period. What is going on with our fucking rights and everything, just everything, our government, everything, every little fucking thing. And you're worried about your bumper chipping.
Right.
Give me a fucking break, man. Like, you know, like I sit here and like, I mean, I'm a young man. I'm 35, you know. I I'm terrified, you know, of what this country is going to come to, you know what I mean? And it's
coming. I don't know how bad it's going to come and how fast, but there's going to be a lot of changes in this country. I don't think we're going to be a China, but we're going to be like an in-between. We're going to almost be, I think we're going to be more like a Russia. You
know what? I got an opinion that might run concurrent with some of that substance. And here it is. I'm just going to say it. I believe that the CCP of China is fully right-wing all the way. They went all the way right. And I believe that Russia has went all the way left. So in the middle of the night they'll come and get you. All right, in China, in the middle of the day they'll come and get you in Russia. Okay, because that's how they're just cut. So. And the same thing with the Democrats and Republicans. If you look at their symbols, you got a jackass. It's running straight into communism, and the elephant's walking slow to it. Either way, we're going to get there. So
see, this is what bothers me the most.
I see this.
I like that's a good.
What bothers me the most is it's not about what they're doing to us. It's about how fast people are laying down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't believe how fast Americans lay down to all this stuff.
Not just laying down, but bending over and taking it, like instantly.
Yeah, there's no renegade minds out there. Like, I'm a renegade. My mind is always saying no. It's never saying yes to these people. I don't trust them for one drop. They have to prove to me that they're telling me the truth. I don't believe they're telling the truth ever. Even when they are, I can't even figure it out. It's crazy. Because you can't trust them at all. So even if they tell you the truth, you can't believe it.
Yeah, you can't. It's just they went way. Number one, they desensitized us, okay, and then marginalized us, and then turned us against each other with the Alinsky rules. Okay, the rules of radical Alinsky. Them are very real. All this stuff that we are perpetuating now here is learned behavior. Every bit of it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. I agree.
And it's really easy to turn your brother against brother, sister against sister, mother against daughter, father against son. It's really easy to do that, especially when tensions are high. And they have you all in fear. We're all scared. What are we scared of? Oh, my God. My God. You got a camera? People are scared of cameras, and they're scared of a fucking mask. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, no. I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, we rule by fear. Like, I mean, it's where, like, people are to the point where it's like, people are fist fighting and getting in fights over someone wearing a fucking mask or not. Or, like, you know what I mean? Like, people are just so, like...
Be careful how we go there, because I got they got me targeted, man. They literally... we could sit here and threaten each other. Call each other every name in the book. Literally go and hit all that shit, and then mention 5 words of that, and they'll strike. I got 2 strikes on that other channel for it. Misleading information.
People are way too in their feelings about shit these days. Like there's no like in the middle of anything. It's fucking way over here or way the fuck over here. You fucking hate the hell out of something or you love it. There's no just fucking neutral. You know what I mean? Anymore. That's what I've noticed with people lately. It's been like you either fucking love it or you hate it, and I don't know, man.
It's extreme.
It is. It's fucking to the max, man. Like, there's no just being neutral anymore, or just like going with the flow. There's no flow. It
might have something to do with journalism. Journalism's gone, guys.
Well,
we're the only ones left. We're the only ones left. Straight up. That. I mean, you gotta pick who you listen to, and you gotta pick and choose what they're saying as well. So it's true information only comes from facts that are disseminated and articulated in a certain way. You could tell somebody the truth nowadays, and they're so damn biased they won't even listen to you. And the opposite of that happens too, as well. So, and that's all part of cancel culture. And I remember George Sr. before his war ass got out of his ass got out. He wrote an op-ed and read it into the record in the New York Times about cancel culture being worse than it's racism on steroids, and it will destroy America. It was intended to destroy America. And so far it's working. People are just so easy to go at their brothers and sisters no matter what.
They have to destroy America to have a new world order. You can't have an America in a new world order. It doesn't work. So America's got to go down. There's no in between. They have to take this country down.
That's sad, man.
And they're gonna. It's a matter of other people going to wait till their putting them in trains to go to camps, or they're going to start to fight.
Yeah.
And people are confused. They don't even know how to fight. They don't know what to do. They're like, what do I do?
With me, I'm on parole, and I'm on parole for another 2 years. So I'm like sitting on my hands. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things I'm in the predator hunting community, and I have been for years and years and years. And there's little things I can do, like work in the background with like phone calls and helping people out doing stuff like that. But like literally, I can't be out there doing what I want to do right now. It's just not safe for me. Like I don't want to. I'm not trying to get go back. And it's hard for me to just fucking stand up. And I mean, I have rights, but I have my rights are pretty fucked right now compared to other people.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me.
People have to do one thing. I mean, protesting to me sometimes, I don't even think it works unless you got a gigantic amount of people, like millions. A few million people start marching, they'll get worried. Other than that, they don't care. I think we have to do one thing: say no. It's very simple. If everybody has that mindset, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not putting that on. No.
Don't articulate that.
Yeah, you understand? No.
I got
Just keep it no. There it is. That's right. Just say no, y'all. Just say no, y'all.
You gotta have a renegade mind.
Right.
I hate that, man. I swear, man, I hate YouTube, man. I think they suck. I think they're Orwellian, totalitarian bitches, man.
No,
they are our worst enemy.
They're programming everyone.
Well,
we're speaking code words.
When all these fucking algorithms and all this shit came in, everything started, and they started showing people shit that they know is going to affect them before they even, you know what I mean? They're programming people who are just blind as fuck, who are just sheep, to act a certain way and to want certain things and to move in a certain direction. And they're just like zombies with their hands out, just marching. You know what I mean? I don't understand it, man. And I understand that we all have to march a little bit to that, like in some ways, like because we're human, we have to live, we have to have job, you know what I mean? We have to do our day-to-days to fucking survive in this world. But at the same time, like you have to say no, like you have to stand up and like at least know that you're getting fucked. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I don't know. I'm horribly spoken, you guys. So like I don't know. So
I think we all need to. I mean, we're all on YouTube here, so we're already feeding the beast, right?
Yeah.
I want to break away from YouTube 100%. I'm going to wait till I get, bigger before I make that move. But I definitely want to break away from this platform. And I think if everybody starts breaking away from it and we go find other platforms that'll let us speak more freely, eventually it'll win. But it's, right now everybody's stuck on YouTube. Their infrastructure is incredible. They download thousands of video. They got more servers than anybody. And their algorithm is a quantum computer, by the way. There's only like 2 of them in the United States, these quantum computers. I don't know if you know anything about them.
No, I never heard it put that way. What is it?
No.
All right. It's a computer that, if I had to compare it to, like, say, well, it's like comparing a computer today to a computer in the 1970s. Like the first computer that ever came out that was like on a reel. I mean, this thing could do things that are unimaginable, this quantum computer. It's like 1,000 times better than any kind of computing power we have. So when they have these algorithms, like this thing is probably what Google's using. And that's why they're catching all this stuff, because you got to really realize there's thousands and thousands of videos with hundreds and thousands of hours. How are they picking up all these keywords? And they're not sitting there listening to 5 hours of a conversation. So this quantum computer is processing this at a rapid speed. Like 5-hour video could be processing it in 5 seconds and just looking for the keyword. Like this thing could do what we can't even imagine. This is like alien technology almost. That's how crazy these quantum computers are. It's a whole. I was going to do a show on them, but they're amazing. These quantum computers. They basically can do anything.
Hey, Pop, excuse me for a second. I just want to let everybody know today is Brian Butler's birthday. Happy birthday, my brother.
Happy birthday.
Awesome guy, man. He's been with me from the very beginning.
Brian Butler. Sounds like
Hey,
Brett
Pops.
Butler.
Pops, can you throw your channel in the chat so I can click on it and get there, please? Thank you.
Sure.
I know someone in chat is asking for it too, so we'll. I just wanted to bring that up. Sorry, well, we didn't interrupt.
No, I
You're good.
appreciate
You're
it.
good.
Yeah, I started a new channel because my original channel, got all the strikes on it.
I had to restart mine too.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can't
started.
take care of you guys here. Let me.
But what I did was, I didn't let the third strike hit my other channel. What I do now is every time I'm going to put a video on this channel that I'm going to put up, I put a little 1 minute video on the other channel and just tell the people to come to this channel. And I took all my videos down so they can't give me strikes anymore.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, you get 3 strikes and then you're done.
Yep.
I just subscribed to you there, Hebrew. I'm going to Pops now too.
I don't have he just said I had a channel with like 700 and some subscribers. I was actually building it when I was doing my predator hunting stuff, but I had to restart. So I literally have like 70 some people, but I don't really upload anything anymore. I'm just kind of hanging low right now, just doing my own thing. I will though in the future.
Here, go ahead. Go ahead and post it if you want. Same thing.
Do you want to hear something real funny?
Who are you, Pops? What's your channel name, Pops?
You can't fool Pops.
You can't fool Pops.
I put the links on chat. I put them up there, the links.
All right, thank you.
You put them private? All right, here.
I put them private and I put them in the chat also.
All right. Let me see. Copy link address. And
did it go?
Let me put it in here.
So
boom, I got it. I just put it in there.
Hey, you want to hear what YouTube does too? So my people ask me, where's your channel? I go, and they have their phone on them. And so I go, you can't fool Pops. And when they put it in, it brings you to my channel. It says I have 1 subscriber.
Wow.
And then if you go back and do it again the second time, it'll pop up with the correct amount of subscribers. It's like they're hiding me.
All right, there's this link, guys.
So imagine they're hiding me, a little guy.
Pops, they were unsubscribing people. Like people would come into my live and say, "Hey, I'm on. I didn't get a notification, man. Why am I not?" And I've had multiple people tell me that, and it was literally unsubscribing them from my channel. Like, and they're like, "There's no way possible that they could do that," and it was happening. Like, no joke. Like, it was happening on my channel, and like we were part of the pred hunting community, so I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, they're watching that community pretty hard now, ever since some stuff went down.
What community you in?
I was part of the pred hunting, like predator hunting community, hunting preds, and I used to hang out with PvP, and I didn't really mess with Tommy very much, but like just a bunch of people. I know all of them, but PvP was my main guy. And then some stuff went down, and I left the community. I'm still part of it. I can hang out and everything, but I just kind of lay low because I don't want to get in any trouble. But yeah, they were unsubscribing people. I couldn't believe they're like, I didn't get a notification, and they had to go back. They had to unsubscribe and then subscribe to me again or something to get notifications again.
Wow,
that's weird, huh?
I know a guy was talking. He has 700,000 subs, right? And he didn't go up 1 sub for like 5 years. How is that possible?
What? Something's going on there, yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
They're playing games.
There's something crazy about that right there.
We can act finicky though too.
How many years did you say?
He said for like the past 5 years, it hasn't gone up 1 sub.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're cheating them. They're cheating them.
Yeah.
What's up?
They do that with a lot of people
Truth?
that make religious
Welcome to
videos
stream.
too. They don't like religious videos.
Oh, what's up? What's truth? I'm subscribed to YouTube.
If you want,
you guys go ahead and put their. If Brian, I don't know, where's Jonathan at? And Jonathan's been working. He's got 2 jobs now, man.
If you want to have like 1 million views, just make a video on Hail Satan, and you'll go through the roof.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, you will. You'll go right through the roof. Hail Satan. I'm
You
telling
think
you.
you think he's got you think he's liking himself 1,000 times more every time he hits it? That's what I think is happening. I think he's got a bunch of spam subscribers. All right, sweetie. My wife says, "Keep it down, honey." I said, "Okay."
You better.
Yeah, I know she's the boss, dude. I get my head cracked. You know, she's also behind me, so I can't see it coming.
Oh shit. Well,
Word,
I gotta get up. I gotta get up at 4 a.m. So I'm gonna hop down and kind of. I'll be on my TV, but I'm just gonna kick back, guys. So
all
take
right,
care.
man. Thanks for coming up.
Thanks,
Man.
Bobby. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. You guys have a good night.
Right.
Thanks. Nice to meet you, Pops. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
I noticed too on YouTube, the more the stuff that you're talking sounds like truth, you don't get a lot of views, but the more it sounds like conspiracy theories, you get tons of views. They kind of want that out there. Like if you made something totally off the wall, YouTube will push it because they want that kind of stuff out there. They want people confused. They don't want truth out there.
No, they don't. You know, if it sounds too much like truth, you know, you got to look at it this way too. Most people don't even realize it, but they're tools. You know, it's like our police department. They're tools. Our all our elected officials, they're tools. They're supposed to be working for us, right? And when they don't work for us and they exploit their supremacy on us, all right? And then this comes. You know what I mean by this. For the last couple of years, that's what we've been dealing with.
Yep.
These scare tactics and all this color coordinated bullshit, all right? We went through this the year of 2002, 2001 with the color coordinated threats. We went through it in 1981. We did it in 2001. Now we're doing it again in 2021. All right. The same old bullshit every single time they want to do something and take more control. All right. And it just gets old, you know, and wisdom has to be the number one source of energy out here, because if we don't use that wisdom, what happens? What happens when you could have all the knowledge in the world, all the understanding in the world, but without wisdom, it don't mean shit. And that's just the truth, you know. And you know, you can always smell a rat coming. You always smell a rat coming. And what I've learned is this: if people don't want to get along with you, you know, and if they choose to um, keep a certain narrative going, you can't do nothing to stop this person. The best you could do is be all you could be and be it by yourself. You know, be your own judge of character. Understand that these politicians and these police officers are full of shit. All right. They're full of themselves, let alone of all our politicians. All right. You know, remember the old saying about a politician? If they're not, when they're not walking the old lady across the street, they're what? Stealing the baby's lollipop. All right. And I believe that. They have sold us out so bad that they're willing to throw the baby out with the bathwater just to have a pissing contest. And it's bullshit.
Well, biggest problem too is, think about this. I think 40% of the country works in some form for the government, a municipality, a city, a state. So you have so many people dependent on their jobs of what's controlling them, which is the government. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Too many people are dependent on the government for even
Oh.
employment.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're paying a cop $100,000 or better a year, he is going to do basically whatever you tell him because he don't want to lose his job.
Yeah.
Because you can't go out and try to go make 100,000 a year in the private sector today. Not an easy thing to do, especially for
No.
just an average guy, not a guy that has like 8 years of, a guy that's just an average Joe. Go try to make 100,000 a year. It ain't happening. All right, private sector pays shit now, so they got all these cops locked into their, how they forced NYPD forced all their cops to get, they all went and did it. Like only 1,500 refused, and I think half of them went and got out. Went and so people are just complying. They're even willing to risk their life to comply. Well, if you're going to risk your life to comply, why not risk your life to not comply?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, makes sense to me.
Right.
What's up, Porter Farmer and a pred called Mouse? That's funny. These guys are very imaginative sometimes. They got good imaginations.
I agree.
But I love these conversations because it causes us to, there's a common goal here, right? We all know that this rat is starting to stink up the joint, right? And it's definitely not passing the smell test. And if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it's a duck. Those sayings are put in place for the very sentiment that we're feeling today. All right. We all are feeling a little bit of fear, a lot of uncertainty. All right. That uncertainty has gotten stronger than fear and it runs concurrent with it. But what is the opposite of fear? Faith. We have to have faith. And that is what the rules and radicals of Saul Alinsky attacks. It attacks your faith. It controls you. It takes everything that you believe in, whether it be Allah, whether it be God, whether it be a Buddha, whatever. It takes your faith right away from you. It steals it and it bullshits you. And then now you're believing a lie. You're believing something that you are in full control of. You are armed to the max. The United States, everybody back in 2020, right in the middle of it, everybody that didn't own a gun inside the United States now has one. That's a fact. All right. So when you see these things, why are we falling for the dope fiend move? Because, in my opinion, our media has now been called to the point of a fourth branch of government. That is what my opinion is.
I agree on that. They are the fourth branch. They're propaganda, basically. They work for the government. But it's faith is the one thing they don't want nobody to have. They want your soul. They're preying on our souls. And that's the main thing that the light bringer Lucifer wants is your soul. So I think there's some kind of, beside everything that's going on with us as human beings, there is a spiritual war going on also. And a lot of people, they've gotten people not to even believe there's a creator anymore. So it's getting harder to get through people's heads. I think they're going to have to actually see it to believe it. Like, people just ain't going to believe it till something crazy happens. And they're going to go, oh, there is a God.
Yeah. Well, that's what Israel's doing right now. You know, look at Israel. They're a perfect example. They've went almost 100% liberal. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Look at how the liberty and everything they're doing.
They're the gay capital of the world right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm not dogging nobody. I'm not their judge. All I'm saying is they are their worst enemy when it comes to being Orwellian totalitarians, because they're in the center of it all. They're literally in the middle of the earth. That is the epicenter of everything.
Yes.
So now when our faith kicks in, right? Now I'm going to go a little deeper, guys. Our faith's going to kick in. And if Jesus has anything to say about it, according to the word of God, he descends down in the Mount of Olives, opens it up, and brings them all in to protect them. That's when they start to realize he is the Messiah. And it's even said that way.
Mhm.
And it's funny how all their gravestones, whether they're Muslims or Moabites or they're whatever doctrine they are over there, all their gravestones are pointed to the east. If you look at the Temple Mount, all right, look at the temple. All sides are open except the east side. It's bricked up. Why? Because Jesus said that he would walk through the eastern gate, right? So they bricked it up and they have 50 calibers lined up on that wall,
Yeah.
ready for Jesus to come.
They're
Straight up.
gonna try to fight God. They are.
They know he exists. That
Yeah.
is the evidence right there. That the 50 calibers are looking where that land east of there ain't nothing there. There's nothing there.
There's your
Besides
receipt.
some settlements.
There's your receipt, Wolfie.
You see,
You know they say bring the receipts. You just brought it. There's your proof.
it didn't take a GD to figure it out, did it? Didn't even take a GD to figure it out, you know?
No.
And these most simplest things that we know,
Mhm.
if we apply just a little bit of common sense, what does it say in the Old Testament about our knowledge? It said, "My people will die for their lack of knowledge."
There you go.
All right.
You're on the same page.
I get it. I am a direct testimony to the earth. And a lot of people like me have been risen from the dead. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a prophet. I'm not an evangelist. I am not a cloth of the man of God. I'm a sinner that was saved by grace just like anybody else. If I make it in the rapture, it's because of the blood of Jesus. That's it. All right. And I know the word like the back of my hand. And I'll tell you this. I don't live a full, solid, clean life, but I have cleaned up my actions because I've been so damn bitter about what's happening in the world, what's happened to me, you know, and I should be rejoicing because God rose me from my deathbed. 13.2 thousand volts went through me and killed me. Everybody, the majority of these people know. I don't know, Pops. This is the first time I've actually had you on my panel. I've been around a little while, and I've turned on a lot of people because they turned on me, and we got sick of it, and the drama's going round and round and round and round, and I finally said enough's enough. I'm not taking this shit serious, you know. I'm not taking it serious no more, and you know, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not intimidated, nor do I have any right to tell anybody else they can't speak, even if they're speaking against me. Okay. I just don't want to hear it. If you got something that you can, I am a person that compromises. I have no problem with compromising with somebody to get along with them. But what I'll be damned if I'm going to sit and watch two grown ass men continue to take shots at each other and know damn well they're going to continue to do it. I don't want nothing to do with it no more. I want to do it. I'm done with that shit.
Well,
you know,
I could put up with almost anything, but I just can't understand how, and it bothers me every day. And I keep talking on my show. I talk about it a lot. I can't help myself. I can't understand how people are really allowing all these people to worship the devil right in our face.
Wow.
I mean, it's so obvious they're throwing it at us, and people are still like buying their records, watching their movies, buying their products. And it's sad when people that are even religious, that have faith, are supporting the beast. Now, you may not have a choice all the time. You go to the store sometimes, you may have to buy a product from a company. You know, they're all in on it now, all these big companies. But
yeah.
you know that you have to draw the line somewhere, and how we have allowed them to even like put satanic statues in courthouses is beyond. Like, if I'm the Almighty God, I'm looking at this, and I wouldn't blame if he just came down here and blew up the whole planet, like just wiped it all out, started all over. I wouldn't blame him.
Dude, I'll tell you what you just said. I know somebody that you would love to hear, and just reach out. Eyes on Corruption. Send them an email. You would love to hear what he has to say.
Eyes on Corruption.
Yeah, he has so much substance to what you're talking about.
Oh, I love it.
The symbolism that you're talking about,
Mhm.
dude. That dude can identify everything by memory. Everything, and everything that's in Pizzagate and plus some is in his mind, dude. It is. He can see it from a mile away. He's like when we're going and we're looking at certain art
Mhm.
that spray painted in certain neighborhoods. He
Mhm.
can point that shit out and tell you that they got what kind of boys, what kind of girls, uh, uh, how they're distributing them by the symbolism that they put on the walls.
I just subscribed to him. I got him. I'm gonna watch some of his
Yeah,
stuff. Me
he.
too. But you ever walk around like I live in New York. If I go to Manhattan now and
Yeah.
I walk around, I'm gonna see all these symbols, Masonic symbols, all kinds of stuff all over. It's all over New York City, and I never seen that stuff. See, my eyes got opened up with a lot of this stuff now, and now I see too much. That's my problem. I'll watch a movie and I'm looking in the background and I see a satanic statue and I see this and I see that, and then it almost ruins the movie for me, because I'm watching all these fine details and it's crazy. But they are so obsessed with symbols. Symbols are more powerful than words, and people think words are the most powerful. Words could cause life or death. Symbols could run the world. I mean, that's basically what they're doing, just with symbols. I mean, these
Yeah,
people are obsessed
it's
obsessed
crazy.
with rituals and symbols.
I am so ignorant to them. It's unreal.
I
And it's we're we're up to our jawbones with this shit around us.
yeah,
And I just simply, when I hear people going into depth, like the guy just talking about, look, man, we've had many conversations, and this guy's got like stacks and stacks and stacks of data in his
I
head,
love
man.
that guy, but he sees
And
what most people can't.
it's like, oh my God, man, oh man, I don't want to know this.
Yeah.
I'm just a handicapped guy with one hand. I can't fight the world. You know
No,
what I'm saying? And it's
you're
everywhere. And I implore. I try to say, like, and what is that? Who was that in here just a little while ago? Yasha Returns. He he uh wait a minute. No, Hebrew. My fault. Hebrew is how he said what he wanted to do and how he would do it if he didn't have to sit on his hands because
hmm
of the certain mitigating circumstances that he's in, and I understand, being on parole and shit, you can't fuck around, you can get
hmm
caught up real fast,
Yes.
and I get it, but it's so important that guys like that educate people. And if you can't do it, have train somebody else to do it with you.
hmm
You know, sit with them. They're your witness. Somebody that don't have no that has no problems, that has credibility. They could be with you. You know what I'm saying, at all times. So they got clean hands. And they don't have to worry about somebody exploiting their supremacy, using you as an scapegoat for what you did 20 years ago. You know,
Right.
and that's what I'm doing to some of these kids. I'm gonna teach them how to audit in a way where you are a journalist more than you are anything, and photography is not a crime, flat out. It's and when they start
Well,
trying to
they will
hit,
make it a crime eventually, though.
well, of course they are. Jesus is going to be a crime. All this
Yeah.
stuff, it's all leading up to it.
They're trying to pass a law now that if in America, we're not talking about China, we're talking about America. They're trying to get a law in that says if you speak ill will against the government in any form, you're declared a terrorist, and they can arrest you. And once you're a terrorist, your life's ruined when they declare you a terrorist, a domestic terrorist. So,
Jesus.
like me or you could be on YouTube saying something, and all of a sudden we're considered.
We're
So
already that.
this is what Charlie Chaplin
Just to
did in
let you know.
Germany. We're
Just
there,
to let
but
you know,
mm,
you and I are already on that list.
they're
and
coming
if
to
you
get
ain't,
us when they can.
you are now. You are now.
Well, I was
Right.
always on that.
And
I'm on that list, right?
right. I'm in every fusion center in the world probably by now. Right. And any cop watcher that has done the things that we've done and stuck it to the police in the manner that we have, knowing our rights, we're a danger to society because the truth is the weapon. Not the 400 frames a minute, right, or a second, or whatever it is. It's the truth that's attached to it that expels accountability, and the exploitation of it when they continue to exploit their supremacy. All they do is show their totalitarian behavior, and they make themselves YouTube stars. And they've done it all on their own. They've memorialized their own behavior, and they blame it on us. And then now they want to run it concurrent up to some type of officer safety bullshit, and RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion, was put there to protect us to a certain degree, but they needed a little more. That qualified immunity these people have, they are the true sovereign citizens. They are the one world government. I believe that with all my heart.
Yeah, well,
Because
the problem is they don't care anymore, though. The elites have such control that they could outright almost come out on TV and say, they could basically say, we're going to enslave all of you. And people will be like, what do I do? This is what's going on right now. I mean, they're basically taking over our government. It's a hostile takeover. You can't go to Washington, see your senator or congressman. They got it all locked up with walls. The White House. Remember, people used to go like on a White House tour. You would go there like for vacation or whatever, go to Washington, D.C., and you could go see the White House. That stuff doesn't exist anymore. They don't want nobody near them. They're like bunking in. And it's a big problem. There's nobody to even go with your grievance anymore. We have no representation, the people. Very little. Now, can we change things? Maybe. With the voting, we need paper ballots. I mean, we can't have machines. We got to get rid of the machines. If we could get rid of those machines, that would help. But,
Well, you see the dishonesty in people. I don't know if you, what state are you from? You don't mind me asking?
Originally from New York, but I've lived in Jersey, Florida, and Missouri. So I've been a little all over the place.
So in Michigan, we after the election, so we got 83 counties, just speaking right here.
Right.
And in them 83 counties, one was a little purple. Okay. The rest were red. Right. They want me to believe that half of these people in this county make up for more than the upper and lower peninsula in the state of Michigan. They are full of shit. They're liars, deceivers, manipulators. And the Secretary of State, now I'm not crying over spilt milk. It is what it is, right? But the Secretary of State that works in the Secretary of State's office, this African-American woman, stood up, went into the Senate, Michigan Senate, and told them and testified, says, why are you guys talking about changing the laws? You already have the laws. Freaking enforce the laws and this will stop. And if you go look at what she said,
I remember seeing that lady on TV.
That woman said, people that look like me have been taught wrong. They know that they're committing crimes, and they know they're not going to be held accountable because the same people teaching them are the same people that are the authorities.
They're in charge.
That's what she said. They're in charge. And she says, you guys don't have to change the law. I could bring that video up, but I really don't want to because I think most people know it. I think most people seen it. And like I said, I'm not trying to sit here and cry about spilt milk. I really ain't. And I just, when it comes to Democrat or Republican, somebody called me a Democrat last night. He said, you're a Democrat, aren't you? I'm like, this dude is definitely trolling me. You know, I'm like, yeah, right. Wolvie would never look. Maybe when I was in my 20s, right? But not now. Not that I have. Not there's anything wrong with somebody wanting to be a Democrat. I don't mind it. I find it being in the middle, what NSNBC used to be, you know, straight down the middle. I find that more comforting than being partisan. I'd rather be bipartisan. And I'm a bipartisan person, just like Bill Clinton. Even though he's a moron and a clown, he was a bipartisan president. If you looked at his actions, he went on both sides of the aisle. He was on both sides of the aisle, man. I mean, the Republicans always blame the Democrats for the NAFTA deal, right? But they won't tell you that it was Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer that got a handful of Republicans and went to the Democratic side and got that Democratic president to sign it. It was the Republicans that did that. It wasn't the Democrats. So, but the Democrats take the blame for it all the time. And I think they're full of shit when they do shit like that.
Well, I just think Republican, Democrat, it's all bullshit. There are too many rhinos now. Maybe years ago it was different. Right now, though, all these Republicans, they're rhinos. They basically will sit there and look you in the eye and tell you they're trying to help you, and then they're signing off on bills that are hurting you.
Wow.
You know, how could you, they're playing good guy, bad guy. They're all in the club. They got both sides of the, look, if you're going to start a new world order, you want to have both sides of the coin controlled. You want the opposition controlled too. You want everything. You can't have half of the population that you're not controlling. You got to have control of both sides. So this is good guy, bad guy game. You could think of whatever you want about Trump. Okay, I voted for him. He's the better. Pick your poison. You pick Trump over Biden. We know this, but Trump's in on it. Okay, we got to be real. We got to understand that he is a Mason and he's a devil worshiper. Okay, he can look up and make believe with the Bible and say he worships God. He doesn't. He's made the signs. He's done this 3 6s. He's done the horns. He's done the Masonic signs. This guy is. They claim that Trump may be the highest level Mason. That he may be the Grand Poobah of the Masons, like the high guy, like the top of the top. Okay, I've contemplated if he's the Antichrist, and I'm going to explain why. Imagine right now what we're going through, right?
Yeah.
He showed us what he could do, right? So he got his popularity. Everybody now likes him. They know he's a good president. He'll do the right thing. So now they brought in this clown to do things that are unimaginable, like don't even make sense. Open the borders, let millions of people do all kinds of craziness. Now, imagine in 2024. The world is in chaos, right? Wars, this, that, all these little things. And now all of a sudden Trump comes into power again and he saves the U.S. Everything goes back to normal, just normal. And everybody's all like, oh my, he's the savior, right?
Yeah.
Now, after that, he starts going to other countries with our military power and starts saving them. Now he's going to be loved by everyone. You know how many countries people love Trump? That is the sign of, I'm not saying he is the Antichrist, but that is the sign of the Antichrist, where it says it in the book. He will be loved by many.
Well,
now, I don't know if he is but I tell you what, he fits the role. Did you ever see The Omen, the movie?
I think I have back in the day.
All right, so the son of a billionaire. You got to understand one thing about Trump's family. Scottish. Okay,
well, that could be a son-in-law too.
Yeah, they're builders.
Yes. You know who his son-in-law is Jared Kushner. Yeah. Jared Kushner's the one that's doing those peace treaties, dude.
Right.
So I'm looking more that way because he's younger. Okay, and his people were from Europe.
Right.
Okay, and you got to remember this guy owned the New York Times at one time.
Yeah, he actually owned a building that Trump sold him. You know what the address was?
666.
Yep. And he sold it to him. Yeah. 666, like Park Avenue.
Yeah. See that?
So you got to look real deep into it. But if Trump comes back and saves the day, that's going to be a wild day.
Well, I have an opinion that is based upon current events, and there. I don't know if you've ever seen this end times, the end times magazine. Have you ever seen that?
Not the magazine. I've seen a few shows they're called End Times. There's one guy, he's real good. I forgot his name. Go ahead.
But in the end times, in that magazine, they approved and showed so much stuff and identified symbolism, identified like how the bear and the lion is going to posse up and
Right.
go up
Right.
into the Euphrates River and attack the Israelites all the way up in Jerusalem. Okay, they figured this out, man, because who's in the north? Who's occupied in the north right now from Israel? Freaking Russia. Russia's
Magog.
yeah, so we've identified some of these things, and them being, Jared Kushner being the builder, right, and the son of a billionaire, all right, and his people being from Europe, and his wife being a Jewish descent. And it said something, and I forget where it was at in the New Testament. Maybe you can refresh my memory because it's been a while, but it did say something about that he would have like the Antichrist he would not forget the God of his fathers, and he would know the word. I'm paraphrasing this, of course. Basically, in the substance, he would know the word better than anybody.
Yeah.
And that he would help fulfill these
prophecies.
These prophecies that are coming true, like, declaring peace, because he said once they declare peace, then final destruction.
Yeah,
So they have to build the third temple. One third of man is dying right now because they got the Great Reset. The hell with the push, right?
Right.
There's a Great Reset going on. We all know that.
The
One World Order is coming together.
It is. It has to happen too.
Yeah.
The Almighty said, "I will put into the hearts of men what He wants." Everything that's going on will happen. Nobody can stop it. So whatever's meant to be is meant to be.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop the will of the Almighty God. If He wants
can't.
this to happen, it's happening.
And it's funny. It's funny you say it that way because, people, they're in their mannerisms. They are, oh God, I had it on the tip of my tongue. It's like they see it, and it's like they have to go through the motions for some reason. I don't know what it is. I'm caught in this too. Everybody is. It's like we know what's going on. We know there's an alley we have to walk down. We know that we got to get on the other side of that alley. And we got all kinds of tools and preventative and protections, but we're not using them. And it's like we wait to the very last second to announce that there could be a problem in that alley.
Right.
When we had all this time in between. And it's like we're doing this on purpose. So what I'm saying is we cannot, no matter what we do, counter-react the word of God, no matter what, because the antidote is Jesus, in my opinion.
You're right. And we have to realize one thing. We think all these people are in control. There's only one thing in control. That's Him. He's in control. Whatever He wills will happen. Whatever He don't want won't happen. So it's all been written. He told us already. He gave us the playbook. He told you what was going to happen. And now it's a matter of who's going to believe it. They think some people are inventing stories like, oh, well, they're just playing us, the elites, and they're doing what the Bible's kind of to scare us. No. Huh?
Somebody's. Oh, is that you? AC? Hold up, man. He says he's
Yep,
blocked, man. I don't know how he's blocked, but I'll look.
it happens.
Let me see. Well, this is a different channel that I'm usually on, so let me look at this shit. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. You can
Take your time.
speak your mind, brother. All right. You know what? You're unblocked in StreamYards AC, and let me do this. Let me go up in here. Boom, bam. Settings. I thought I seen his name in there, and I could have sworn that I hit it wide. Got old girl. Yeah, it's all your sock accounts, man. All right, here it is. All right, boom. All right, you're gonna have to come out and come back in, AC. Asmar, let me see. I think he's okay. Let me make sure. Let me make sure here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay. So anyway, if you see these things, the things that I see personally, I see that we're having a lot of disconnect when it comes to faith. Faith is the substance that is not seen and not heard. And when people, if they just grasp that for a second and understand the substance of faith, it's the opposite of fear.
Yes,
And they need to grasp onto that, and they need to be able to trust. They got to trust.
it's all about faith anyway. There's nothing in between. That's what he wants. He wants you to believe no matter what. So,
Yeah, that's true.
and most people are now walking away from it. So,
Yeah, the great falling away is happening. It's happening.
you know, they even have like, you could just look at, they had a study, I forgot what the numbers exactly were, but it went something like this. So in 1950, 90% of the people believed in some kind of superior creator. And out of that 90%, 20% were, let's say, in the middle. They weren't sure, but they knew there was something. But we're talking irrelevantly 90%.
Yeah.
Now it's about 60% or 50% of the population believes there's a creator, and the other 40-50% doesn't. So the number is dramatically. I speak to people out in the street. This never happened to me before. I go out and meet people in the stores or whatever. I'm talking to a bunch of people at a party, and like half the people you're talking to don't believe in God. I never seen that before. Like I'm 57. I grew up, in the 80s. I like if you were in a crowd with 10 people, maybe one person back in the 80s didn't was like an atheist type of person or just didn't believe it was a story. Now half the people are saying, "Oh, the Bible's a lie. It was written by people. It was this, it was that. It's corrupted. I don't even believe there's a creator." And then it's even getting to this extreme now. This is what I've been hearing a lot from people lately. Well, the devil really isn't a bad guy. He stood up to the Almighty God because he was standing up to the Almighty God about the Almighty God. Basically, people consider him a male chauvinist. He's an omega, okay, and women aren't equal to men in his eyes. And they're going, well, Lucifer stood up for the woman. He's really a good guy. He's the light bringer. He's this. Now the people are starting to flip the script and make like the devil's a good guy. I'm like, this is how far we've come. People are starting to think that the devil is as powerful as the Almighty God, and they're fighting each. I mean, like, it's getting really crazy. How people are just the role is changing. Pretty soon, who knows? We may have more devil worshippers than we have people that believe in Jesus. This is how crazy the world is getting. I mean, when you see this happening, this is really, people go, well, they've been saying the end of the world was coming for a long time. I said, yeah, but not everything went in order the way it's going now. It's going in perfect sequence. We're in the prelude of Revelation, in my opinion. But the whole world, entire planet, was never in a global takeover. Now, you had countries like, you had Rome, right? Rome took over half the world. They didn't take the whole world. The whole entire planet is in one lockdown right now. This is, I couldn't even think this is possible. But it is, see? Because when the Almighty wants something to happen, the impossible is not impossible.
Yeah.
That's the reason why this is happening. Because it's only not impossible because he's making it happen and he's letting the devil run the show. He's allowing this to happen for a reason.
Hey, AC, if you're listening to me, if you're still in here, you are not blocked. You was blocked in the StreamYards part, but you are not blocked, and you probably need to come out, get out, clean your cookies out, and come back in. Amanda had to do the same thing because we haven't been on this channel in a while, so this is a old one. So you guys usually come in on Wolverine Transparency. This is Downriver Transparency. Remember that. Go ahead, man.
I'm looking at this Eyes of Corruption you were talking about. Do you have the name correct? Because the guy I'm looking at, he's just doing audits on the police.
Yeah, that's him. But he
does other stuff.
I said that's why I'm saying send him an email on what you know and tell him Wolvie sent you and tell him that you was on a live stream and that that I recommended him to give you more substance on the narrative we were speaking on.
Oh, okay. He has an email on this thing?
Yeah, it's eyes5@gmail.com. Eyes5 on corruption.
5 the number or 5 the word?
Yeah, 5 the number.
Eyes5 on corruption.
Yeah.
All right. Get a hold on. Yeah, because I like all that. I hunt for that stuff. Let me tell you, sometimes now with Google, it's almost impossible to find stuff.
Yeah, but most of this
is hiding everything
on the government website.
Oh, no, I know. I got
that. It's on the FBI website, man.
Well, they're starting to take down stuff, though, even off the websites.
Well, you can always find it in WikiLeaks, man. You go you go, where we're at. I mean, who doesn't have a person that they know that has a Discord out here? And if you like, I don't know, do you know New York? Tyrant Hunter? You ever talk to him?
No.
All right. Well, that's another cat that you might be able to. He can probably set you up as far as like sending you a bunch of substance on the new WikiLeaks that continues to drop shit all the time. There's tons and tons of data drops. You can find it anywhere on the internet.
Yeah, you got to go dark web too. You find a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't mess with the dark web, man, because my equipment. I'm trying to keep it where it's at. If you're covered by Jesus, the rest don't matter. I'm not scared. Amen, Amanda. Amen.
Oh, me either. I just love knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the more knowledge you have, I do want to get a message out there. So to help as many people as I can. But the more knowledge you have, the more believable people are going to start to go, wow, this guy really knows his shit, the more knowledge you have, knowledge is power. So I would like to wake people. If I could wake up people, I'm doing my job. People got to open their eyes. People's eyes are closed wide shut right now. That's a scary.
Sometimes it's on purpose though, and because that fear factor we're talking about again, man's heart is failing them for the fear, and hey, we're all human, and I get it. I get why people kind of lax into this comfortable spot and then stay there, and sometimes they don't do nothing about it, and they become victims. I get it. I've set back, I've laxed, and I played both sides of the fence, and I've learned that what it was like I was experimenting, and when I was experimenting with this, I'm not talking about a sexual nature. I'm just talking about in a nature of understanding human dynamics and the dynamics of deviance, because there's deviance goes both ways, right? You can manipulate in the good, you can manipulate in the bad, and people are constantly manipulating each other no matter what. If you're going to be honest with yourself, it's about manipulation, because what you're trying to do is get people to believe you, and you're either going to have the attention of the people, and it's that mob style type of thing. They're either going to like you, or there's something that no, sometimes you can put a bad taste in somebody's mouth. Sometimes things change. Okay. And I don't care how many people get on board and support me. I'm not going to bend at the knee.
Right.
To hear something that I know that's full of shit, even if I'm still coming off across wrong. I'd rather be wrong with something that I can ask God to forgive me for than to set myself up later on and me knowing that my better judgment told me not to do it, and I did it anyway.
Right. I agree.
That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. All of us are playing the field, regardless what you think.
Yeah.
You're playing the field somewhere. We're human, and that's where the blood of Jesus comes in. Okay, if you can do your best to keep your eyes on the prize, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. If you could keep your eyes on the prize and come to par with just a couple things, all right, acknowledge that there's something bigger than you, and it's very powerful, and it owns you. You do not belong to yourself. If you understand that,
that's right.
Then you'll understand it's either God owns you or a man owns you. What's your choice? Right. Because all the way back to Abraham, what did they do? God said, all right, I want you to be my people, and I want to be your God. But no, they said they wanted to pick their leaders. They said they want to elect their leaders. So God says, okay, go on, take care of your business. And he let them do it, right? Yeah. He gave them that perfect free will, just like he always has. And what they do, they always screw it up, and they're constantly blaming God.
Right.
For their own stupidity. That's what we do.
And then he has to pick you back up again.
Yeah. A righteous man's going to fall daily, but yeah.
I feel, though, if you have faith, you don't fear death. Like, if you have a true faith, if you really believe that there's something after this, of course, nobody wants to die. We're all going to be a little scared. But in general, you put a gun to my head and tell me I got to do something and I don't want to do it, I guess you're going to have to just do what you got to do, and I'll put my life in his hands at that point, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bend either. But
usually when people put a gun to your head, they have a motive, and they're either going to pull the trigger or they're not. Okay. Right. And no matter what you say or what you're going to do, it's not going to stop that.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Well, what I'm talking about,
only Jesus can. Jesus can stop it. I've seen God do a lot of miracles, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, you everybody's different. Like, I went on a talk show. It was about 10 people. So a guy had a list of questions. So they said to everybody, so if you got up to the pearly gates and, you met him up there, whatever, you met there, and they asked you, you get one wish. What do you want? And almost everybody was like, well, I just want to enter heaven. That was my wish. So they got to me and they go, well, what do you want? I go, to be honest, I said, really? I said, I tell them I want them to send me back down. They go, what do you mean? I said, yeah, I want to be a demon hunter. I want them to give me a sword.
Oh, Lord.
And send me back down. I says, I don't have to come up. I said, you can leave me down there. I just want to hunt evil. That's my dream,
Wow.
my fantasy. And people were like, whoa, that's deep. I go, it's just a fantasy. I don't know what it is inside me. I hate evil to the degree now, like it's out of control. And when I see all this stuff going on, it just makes me crazy, actually. I get so angry, and I shouldn't be, but I know he's going to take care of it anyway.
Yeah.
But I just want to, like, I don't know. I just wish I could be a demon hunter. I really do. I would love it.
Wow.
I would love that job. I want to, they say when the end comes too, like all these, rich people, these oligarch devil worshippers, they're all going to be hiding,
Yeah.
in caves and submarines under the water. They even talk about at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah.
And they're going to all be found. You can't hide. Go to the bottom of the sea, go in any cave you want. You're going to get found. So and supposedly the righteous people are going to be the ones hunting. That'll be one of the greatest days ever. Like, imagine that all the good people now, we could go hunt these evil people,
Yeah.
these, Gates of, Mr. Gates and all of them. Oh, that's a fantasy for me. I want them to put me in a room with these guys. Ooh, I would love it.
Look, man, I'm not tough. Like I said, even earlier, even when I was running off at the mouth and just.
It's not about being tough. It's about just.
I was being me, man. And when we get to a certain point, right, you got to do or die, man. Either way, it's just that time, right? Death, I've experienced it, and I'm not. Look, the last thing I want to do is hurt anybody. I don't want it. Not even my worst enemy. I don't want to hurt them. I don't. But at the same time, I know that people are not going to show me the mercy. They're not going to show me that respect in that hour or that minute. And I got to do what I got to do, and I'm not going to be ignorant enough to fall for the Dauphine move. I'm not going to do it. But that don't mean I can't be, that don't mean I have to disrespect every time I feel that way. I don't have to disrespect people.
Right.
I don't have to talk to them either. You see what I'm saying? So, you just gotta, there's a balance here. And if there's a balance there, I'm learning out here when people call people liars, for an example, and the people that are calling lies, they're the liars themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I loved about Andrew. Maybe here, not now or whatever that is, wherever he is, the Drama Dome. Look, he'll sit there and tell you, yep, I lied about bullshit. Yep, we're all full of shit. We're all assholes. Blah 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 blah. It's the fact that if a man looks at you in the eye and asks you a question, and you lied to him on purpose, or you're lying to push a narrative, and I've done that. I'll admit it. I've done it. I'm not.
We're all guilty of it.
That's my whole point. I know for a fact out here, there's no one that has a moral high ground above me. That's a fact. Because if you have sin in your life, and you do, everybody does. I don't care who you are. You're going to have sin in your life. You might as well just go ahead and drop that rock and walk away. You know what? Because you need to worry about your own backyard. Clean your own backyard. Set the example and say, hey, look, see how clean mine is? Here, let me help you clean yours. And if you need my help, just holler at me. But I get it if you want to take your time. But you might want to work on that and leave it there. Leave it there. And just keep cleaning your backyard. That person might watch you clean your yard, and you just might get it. And your worst enemy has now befriended you, and now you got to let him break the ice. You got to let them, or just say, you know what? Give unto somebody else the same sentiment that you want to give me, because there's just so much damage that we could do to each other where we can't trust each other no more. Mm-hmm. And it becomes a very dangerous situation. Mm-hmm. Especially when we're talking about family members and shit like that. I'll never trust a person that has threatened one of my family members. You can threaten me all you want, but you threaten one of my family members that is a child, and I'm not dogging him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. I'm not trying to not say that he's not worthy of forgiveness. Look, I'll forgive all day long, and I'm going to, because I'm not going to hell for nobody. But at
Right.
the same time, trust but verify, baby. It's like Reagan said, trust but verify. And I'll always be that, man. And if people can come at me with that type of style and say, you know what? I see Wolvie. He could be an ass. He could get on, man. He could get underneath my fingernails and my toenail. He puts a bad taste in my mouth. But you know what? At the same time, I love what he says at times. I've had people tell me that. And the only reason why I have engaged that type of behavior is because I know for a fact ain't nobody got a moral high ground out here. Once you understand that about me, everybody be all right. I promise that. I promise nobody will have no problem with me if they understand that if you're going to come at me and argue semantics with me, argue about, oh, well, you said it this way. You said it was orange when I meant to say it was red. Forgive me. I fuck up. I make mistakes.
Yeah.
I might have just articulated something not to its full extent or its full value.
Mhm.
And maybe I'm wrong about some of the stuff that I've been saying about other people. Maybe I need to step back and take a look at that.
Mhm.
And I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I'm paying attention, man.
You basically just said you hate a hypocrite. That's what I hate. Before,
Well,
when
I'm
you
a
were
hypocrite.
talking.
We're all
Yeah, but you
hypocrites,
hate.
bro.
No, but a hypocrite is like kind of, to me, it's somebody that's constantly doing it and they know they're doing it on purpose. You know, like these, politicians. They know things are bad for us and they'll do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but brother, hey, Pops, check this out, bro.
I'm not too much of a hypocrite. I mean, I am a
Here's what I mean
hypocrite a
by
little
that.
bit,
Here's
but
what I
not a
mean by that.
lot. Very little.
Well, you either are or you ain't. Okay.
Well, I
There's
consider
really
myself
no in
not, but
between.
nobody's perfect. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. That's my point.
That's
You
all
don't
I'm
have
saying.
to worry about the only thing that if you have any morals or a moral high ground in your own judging character, you know that you're not a rat
Right.
and you won't tell on nobody. That's all that matters if you know that. Fuck everybody else. Understand? Your example will come out in your actions, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes people can get the wrong idea. Sometimes people can plant the wrong idea. Sometimes people are just jealous of one another, you know? And my eyes opened up tonight about something that I'm not going to reveal, but I'm telling you this right now. I will not be put in that situation ever again because I know what's right and what's wrong. And I can remove myself by saying, excuse me, y'all. Have a great night, man. I'm going back quiet. I'm gonna go back down there and chat where I belong, man. I don't need to be a panel whore, but I'm used to this. I've had a channel for almost a year and a half now, and I like being in the spotlight, and I like people having a good conversation like we're having right now. I've enjoyed Slow Burner's conversations over there. I've enjoyed what they have done for me, and I see where they have given me the opportunity to show my potential as a human being to engage and let bygones be bygones. Okay. And everywhere, all around.
Definitely come on
Salute to
my show
everybody.
whenever you
Okay.
can. I could definitely use somebody like you on my show.
Copy that. Copy
Yeah.
that. Well, be careful, man. I come with baggage.
Yeah, right. Who doesn't?
I got under like 3,000 subscribers, and these morons keep, YouTube. I mean, YouTube itself. They keep they keep screwing with me. Every time I get to a certain point where I'm getting about 10 subscribers a day, bam, they take my channel down, or
Start
I'll
hitting you
fall
with
out with the
strikes
people.
for no reason. Like I
Yeah,
I got hit with a medical disinformation
that's what
strike,
I'm
right?
saying. Two of them.
And it was a religious rap video.
Oh my God.
So how is that medical disinformation?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
My
they
wife's
don't care.
in YouTube jail, right? Or not YouTube jail, but she's in Facebook jail. So she deleted her account.
I don't even go on Facebook no more. I'm done with Facebook. I hate Facebook. You know,
Guess who says who's Pops?
who's
Well,
that? Oh,
he's Pops.
I'm Pops. You can't fool Pops.
You understand? That's Pops, man. Guess who? Guess who? That's Pops. Pops, that's guess who? um,
Who is guess who?
That's right. That's right. That's how it's supposed to go, guys. If anybody would like to come up on panel, I'll give you another opportunity to come up. I'll go for a little while longer, but you know, I love having good conversations with good people, and I believe we're all good people. Even my adversary people, I think they have the ability to be good. It's just that they don't want to be good to the person that they're falling out with. And a lot of this is propaganda and narcissism, because it's like some of these guys come out here and they get this they want to front pedos off, and they're really in depth in it. You know what I mean? They are just like soaking wet in like, I want to, like you said, how you felt about coming back as a demon hunter, right? I felt your passion in that. Some of these people, like Hebrew, what he was saying, you know, he wants to go at it and take care of his business, you know, and he's got that passion in him, you know. And what happens is sometimes we get a little bit too big for our britches, and we act like we act just like the people in power, and we become what we hate the most.
Right? Isn't that true?
and I've been guilty of it, and I've calmed down. Not out here on this YouTube. I don't give a fuck about clout. If I wanted 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers, I could have had it a long time ago. But I don't just say anything to anybody, and I stay myself. Anybody can front. I'm not going to front for nobody. And there's just some things that I believe in that are very controversial. Okay. And I'm not going to let nobody take that from me, because I believe that, I mean, there are somebody that will argue with me about saying about the human race being one race. And why should we separate? And why we keep perpetuating this separation when you're just as human as I am? I can never exploit my supremacy on somebody as far as their color, religion, or faith. I'm not going to do it. But I've said some words that are very controversial, right? And I've gotten people to admit it, and some people just won't. I don't know, man. They just won't come to grasp and say, you know what? I see the double standard here. I see it. And maybe if I work on my double standard, maybe that fat fucker over there work on his.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know how people talk. You know how they are. It's just the way they are. And I'm that fat fuck, ladies and gentlemen. That's who I'm talking about. So if people would just, you know, quit perping, man, you know, quit and be real. If you're going to be real with me, don't look at me eye to eye. Don't look down at me. Look at me eye to eye, man. Don't look up at me either. Look down at me, man. Look straight at me, not down at me.
You got the fire, Wolfie. You got to have that fire in you. They call it the ruach. You got to have that fire. If you don't have that fire, you can't be who you are. You know, a lot of people don't have the fire. You know, I meet a lot of people that are emotion. They're basically emotionless. There's no fire in them. You know, I think it was Jesus said, you're either gonna be hot or cold. He don't like lukewarm. And I feel like most of the planet is lukewarm.
Yeah, he'll spew you out.
Yeah,
that's what he said. If you're
lukewarm,
he'll spew you out.
And the cold is the calm, collective dude, you know, sitting back. And then there's the people like they're in the middle. They don't know which way to go. They're the lukewarm.
And you know what? That is perfectly human.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell people that, you know, I know that you've seen a lot of things out here. I know that people have been victims of a lot of shit. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that people are plotting against me right now as we speak. And I also know every weapon formed against me shall not prosper, because I surrender to our daddy, and our daddy sees everything.
Mm-hmm.
If the lights go out on me, the lights go out. But you know what? The lights are gonna go out on me, knowing who I am, knowing my self-worth. I'm no threat to nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody. I want the same respect you want. Stop putting yourself in a position. People need to stop putting themselves in a position to get their feelings stepped on. If you don't want to get your feelings hurt, same thing with the camera. If you don't want to be recorded, don't put yourself in that position.
Right.
If you know how people think and you know that you can't change them, why even go near them? If you know that you don't get along with them, right? And you know that you're both of you are controversial, and you don't agree with each other, why even try? Why even try? You know, just pray from them from afar and hope for the best for them, and go on with your life. And that's what I'm doing with people, man. If I know I'm not in denial. I know that I could be a responsive ass at times, and on purpose. That's not on accident. That's on purpose, because I'm human and I fuck up and I make mistakes. Ooh, the Burns. He's talking about let's see, watching the Burns game and this at the same time. Cool. Thanks, Brian. He's always watching this game. Who they playing? LA Kings. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we know who Brian's voting for. He loves them Burns, boy.
Sports is starting to become political too. That's how you know we're in bad shape. I mean, sports used to be the outlet you could go to and forget about your problems. Like you would watch a football game and enjoy it, and that was it. Now, you watch a football game, every commercial has an agenda, and then athletes are making all types of political statements and movements. I mean, so sports isn't the same anymore. It's just even they've gotten to the sports too. They've corrupted that. So I don't know where our outlets are now. You know, everybody needs an escape, right? For a couple of hours here or there every day to get away from all the, I guess, the reality. You need a little break on your mind where you're not thinking. You know, you need to give your brain a break sometimes. Sometimes I don't even go on YouTube for 2-3 days because just to give my mind a rest. It's overload, especially when you think like as much as me or you, Wolfie. I mean, I look at stuff and I look at it a lot different than most people. You could show me a picture and you could show 10 other people that same picture, and I'll probably have a different outlook at what that picture is about than most people. But that's just kind of, some people are good at that and some people just don't care. They just look at the picture and go, well, you know, say a picture's worth 1,000 words. So
That's true. That's the old saying. Picture is worth 1,000 words, man. You know. But yeah, hey, you know, you're more than welcome to come back anytime you want. This is Wolverine Transparency, Downriver Transparency, and Wolverine Cop Watch. Now, the Cop Watch I will be instilling very soon. I just need to. I'm hoping this cold weather disappears so I can get out there and do my thing and get me some exercise and feel good about what I'm doing. You know, I don't feel good at what I'm doing right now because I know our state and people's state of mind ain't right. They just ain't right, man. And sometimes I feel like it's worthless, and sometimes I lose my passion for it. It's like when I got this last strike, it's like, you know, why even bother?
right.
I mean, my all this hard work that I'm putting in trying to build a channel, and every obstacle that can be out there is in my way. And some of it is my fault, but the majority of it is reality just hit me like a subway train, you know? And it's because man refuses to govern himself in the manner that is honest and acceptable unto our maker.
Right.
That's the problem we're dealing with. That has always been the problem. None of us can come up to par with what we really need to be doing.
You're right.
It's bullshit. Where do you draw a line in the sand? It's kind of like what that dude's doing over there right now. I mean, we're looking at this dude, Putin, that knows that he has committed some war crimes. And then he wants to use words like nuclear in the middle of an invasion of a sovereign nation.
Right.
You're breaking like 50 treaties, right? And then you want to use the big N word.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's nuts.
Shame on him, right?
It is the most asinine and coming from a world power leader. I mean, Sweden. Did you see what Sweden? Sweden has not taken a side in decades on anybody.
Right.
They stay to themselves. They mind their own business. They actually come out and put themselves on the bandwagon against these people, against him. That's bad when Sweden comes out against you. You know you fucked up really big if Sweden's coming out and pointing a finger at you. All right. So now I'm worried about one thing. How many of them children and men and women and children over there have to suffer because of this tyrant that continues to push his way through, and he can't even do it through operations? Do you see how his operations were breaking down?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how his tanks, it's 3 miles long, that brigade he had, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 miles long. And they ran out of gas. What the hell kind of operational error is that? Are you fucking shitting me? Really?
And they're right next door. Yeah.
You want me to believe that you're a competent thinker and your generals can't even keep gas in the tanks in the supply line? It's 3 miles long.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, Amanda. They are. For real. They're stepping up. She said, Amanda says, lots of countries are really stepping up. Yep. John says, the hockey team, do the fans, he's talking about what Brian's watching. We already spoke on it earlier. And let's see, getting back to the narrative here, we should have taken care of Putin a long time ago. Well, taking care of is a little bit too provocative, right? We can't think like him. I mean, if in order to get a guy like Putin, you can't just pull a Soleimani on this guy. He's ex-KGB. He's got tons and tons of support in the KGB world, right? And that is what it's like. Our NSA and CIA over here, they run everything. The FBI don't run shit. The Homeland Security don't run shit. They're just surface. They're freaking stool pigeons. All right, they handle the surface issues. The root issues, like this shit right here. Do you know that the NSA has been spying on us forever in this shit right here?
Yeah.
You know, the last 10 minutes before I close, I want to bring attention to some of these things out here. And I really don't like the idea that Americans, whether they're wrong or right, are attacking each other right now. I don't like it. I don't want to troll people. I don't want to be a troll. I know that I sometimes I get in a troll mode, but I don't go trolling. I'm not trolling. I do it in a positive way, make people funny, I'll come in with a different logo and a different voice just to get somebody to laugh, not perpetrate a fraud or try to, make somebody feel like, should I trust them or I'm not going to keep it going on. I'll eventually identify myself in the next 30 or 50 seconds. You know, so
I identify as mayonnaise.
Hellman's.
There you go.
He should have. Let's see. Our operators
But
could have
you have to
done it
understand
all.
one thing with Putin, so you guys get this in your brains a little bit out there. There's way bigger picture behind the curtain. This ain't just about Putin's the boogeyman. This is all planned out. This is the new world order coming to your town. They already knew this was going to happen 10 years ago. They planned on him invading Ukraine. This just didn't happen today. This is done on purpose. I don't believe Putin woke up and just said, you know what, I want to be a bad guy. The guy has everything. Well, why? No, he's living in Russia. He's a billionaire. He has anything he wants. He's a king. All right. He didn't do it because he did it because he's part of that new world order, and he's with them. And they're pushing. You know, why do you think America really isn't getting involved? Because they want this to happen. These things have to happen to start wars. They want to fearmonger us too. So there's a bigger picture always behind the curtain. It's just that we don't know.
This could be a very a swift plan to but you know,
unfortunately,
okay, here's what's happening over here. My hand is over here, and my right is getting your attention while my left hand is doing something else. Okay, so this could be a big distraction for the one world government to implement itself. Who knows? All I know is this: we know to expect the unexpected. And believe it or not, Amanda, she is was in the military. She actually has, according to herself, and I've never heard her lie to me before. She was in some type of opera. Amanda, come up for a second and give some substance to your background there. And you know, it's not like she's talking out of her ass when she's saying that. I believe that she has some prior knowledge that there could have been a moment where that you and I don't know about in military history where we could have taken that man out. You know, if you want to, Amanda, before I end this, I'm going to end it at the 2-hour mark.
He's part of the club, though. It's hard to take him out.
Yeah, he is part of the club. I mean, so was John F. Kennedy. Look what happened to him, you know? I mean, they wanted to sell heroin so bad that
I think Kennedy flipped on the deep state too.
He did. He got a conscience, and he stopped the Korean War, and then they turned around and started another war with or the Vietnam War, and started another one with North Korea. So that's how that rolls. I mean, anybody can pick a communist country and split them up. What do you think we've done to Lebanon and Egypt? It's all cancel culture. We use cancel culture to flip their people to bring them somewhat to an understanding that America is running shit. And if you want the support of America, you best do it this way. We don't care how many people you kill. Just don't do it that way. Do it this way, you know? And it's bullshit. But okay. You guys, it's going into the it's close to the second hour, and I'm getting tired, but Pops, it was good having you, man.
You too. Thanks for having me, and anytime you want, stop by my show when I have one. Sure. You're more than welcome, and you know, everyone, God bless you and your family.
Thank you. Is this your let me know if I'm correct or not, but is this your is this in private chat? Is that your shit? Is that your channel?
You Can't Fool Pops. Yep. My new channel.
Right, let me see. Let me put that in here for you guys,
like you guys.
In case people want to. I got you. I'm putting it in there. Boom.
I appreciate
you guys want to go subscribe to Pops here. Oh man, I forgot to put his shit in there. My fault. I thought he had it together. I'm not looking. My eyes are tired, and it's time for me to get some sleep. But hey, I appreciate you guys supporting me. Don't forget to subscribe subscribe to Wolverine Transparency, Wolverine Cop Watch, and Donover Transparency. Y'all have a good night.
You
God
too, man.
bless. And
Pops out.
I'm back quiet reading the mail. Check.